Okay, anyways, got my phone back up and working here. Just an unusual, the hypnosis is inhibiting my ability to speak. Unusual, exposure setting here. Anyways, speaking of which, talking about exposing the government, right? What a coincidence. Anyways, moving on from that, I'm gonna get this done, and I'm forcing it to happen. I don't care. It's not a difficult thing to do. I'm forcing it to happen. Sorry about that. I shouldn't be acting angry, by the way. So, you know, these people are sick and disgusting. They're worse than your average serial killer. You know, that's what I mean, is like, these people are literally sick psychopaths. The government, media, and drug propaganda used to be able to claim that cannabis was extremely addictive and dangerous without consequences. Although now there is too much evidence contradicting these claims that they would be exposed for being deceptive, corrupt, unethical, and abusive. So, you know, I'm working really hard on exposing how, you know, horrible people these people are. You know, I dedicate my life just to making them look bad. Just to exposing them for what they truly are. Sorry about that. Not making them look bad. Just trying to, you know, prevent them from hiding how sick they are and disgusting the people they are. Literally. Moving on. And I'm hypnotized to feel back pain too, by the way. The hypnosis is making this extremely strenuous, and it shouldn't be at all. So let's see here. What I'm looking at. This is something that should not be difficult at all. Joe Biden intentionally proposed a petition to insidiously decriminalize cannabis. Okay. So what I'm trying to do here is summarize it very simply. Very, very simply here. So, you know, I graduated high school a year early, started college a year early, never had problems completing college assignments or writing quickly, or any of the difficulties that I've experienced until after I got hypnotized. And I also have a hypnotic speech impairment compilation video on YouTube. Make sure to watch that video, because that video will expose, you know, a lot of the evidence that I have that I'm hypnotized. That's very nearly impossible to dispute. So, moving on here. Like, the hypnosis is inhibiting me. The hypnosis is inhibiting me. And it's because I mentioned that hypnotic speech impairment compilation video, apparently, because since I have evidence, they don't want me to expose the evidence. They're sick and disgusting people. And they need to go to prison for the rest of their lives. I'm going to guarantee that. I'm dedicating my life to doing that for them. Joe Biden intentionally proposed a petition to insidiously decriminalize cannabis. Okay, so let me see. The hypnosis inhibits my ability to articulate complete sentences. See how much strain is in my voice, by the way. If you can hear it, you should be able to hear it quite clearly, by the way, without any difficulty. Alright, let me see. Sorry about that. I'm being tortured right now. I'm being tortured and abused with hypnosis. So, Joe Biden intentionally proposed a petition to insidiously decriminalize cannabis. Or I could say Joe Biden proposed a petition to insidiously decriminalize cannabis in order to intentionally prevent, in order to intentionally minimize the publicity surrounding the event. Sorry about that. I'm also hypnotized not to speak during the video. Over the course of 5 years, to as a method of intentionally minimizing publicity surrounding the event. Okay, next, it's already been, over 5 minutes for me to write that one sentence that I already basically had written down. Now, moving on, let's go ahead and write the next one. Let's write it quicker this time. I should be able to get this done in about 2 or 3 sentences. About 1 or 2 more sentences. So, let me see here. So I could say something like, currently the government, and the federal government and media are vulnerable to being exposed for propaganda, corruption, abuse, unethical practices, the federal government, FDA, and mainstream media are currently very vulnerable to being exposed for drug and media propaganda, sorry, I'm being tortured right now. I'm trying to get this done. What else? Being exposed for drug and media propaganda, corruption and deception, and nefarious, unethical practices. Regulations. So, they did this to try to prevent being exposed. And I'm just ruining that for them. I'm making it worse, in fact. They made everything that they tried to do to conceal it even worse, because now they're exposing it even more because of what they did to me. That's karma for you, right? Let's see here. In regards to criminalization of cannabis, for several decades, for the last several decades. For the last several decades, because cannabis's safety and cannabis's safety and what? So like medical benefits, medical uses cannot be disputed. Can no longer be disputed. Okay, so I'm going to be doing a little bit of rewriting on this, but anyways, can no longer be disputed. What? The hypnosis is torturing me! I'm being tortured, this is sick. This is sick. This is disgusting. Because cannabis's medical uses can no longer be disputed. Exposing criminalization of cannabis for being unethical and cruel, deceptive, and simultaneously exposing the media mainstream media corporations for propaganda, for nefarious propaganda, deceptive propaganda, unethical and deceptive propaganda. Okay, yeah, I definitely need to do a little bit of editing on this, but I'm finally getting it done. I've been working on this for way too long. A few days now, in fact, I think maybe even 4 or 5. Maybe even after like a couple of weeks. This is ridiculous. The last part that I wanted to go into, okay, so, so I'm trying to describe, like, what exactly they did, to try to conceal it. Hold on a second. Okay, the video didn't stop recording. I'm glad about that. So I can also even write up here, minimizing publicity. And attention drawn to of oppression, what? No way. Okay. So when I wrote that G, right? Especially because they taught me to change my handwriting with hypnosis and to think of G-Easy when I drew the letter G. Well, I was hypnotized to think that G-Easy meant government, like easy, basically. A little bit of like an insinuation there of relation and correlation with what they did to me. Interesting. Minimizing publicity and attention of government oppression, propaganda, corruption, deception. and abuse. Involved in so like that was involved in the cannabis criminalization. By decreasing, by minimizing publicity surrounding from decriminalization. There we go. There we go. Alright, great. Anyways, I'm gonna go ahead and end the video now and upload it. Thanks for watching.